Hi, my name is Carly Fisher and I am the Artistic and Programs Director at Qtopia Sydney, and I also have the immense pleasure of being the Festival Director for PrideFest. So as we head into the second year of PrideFest, we are definitely noticing that from our first year, there was such buzz. We had 52 events in our first year, and now in only our second year, we have 150 events in only 30 days. PrideFest is put in June because historically, this is a month of protest. And so it's very important to us that we recognize the history of this month and that we acknowledge that by continuing to encourage conversation. We are telling stories in all the forms that Qtopia Sydney tells stories year-round. We tell our stories here through performances, exhibitions, and programs, and we're trying to give a taste of everything that we do year-round, all in June. I think what is great about PrideFest is that whilst we definitely have the quantity this year, we equally have the quality. And more than anything, we have the diversity. We have a really beautiful event on June 24th in honour and in celebration of the 78ers and their last 47 years of fighting hard for this community and the amazing wins that they've achieved. 70 of the 78ers came back to this building and stood outside to defiantly reclaim this building of all places, the old Darlinghurst police station where those that were arrested in 1978 were brought to. The Loading Dock Theatre used to be an interrogation room, a kitchen, and an office. And this was where we're sitting right now is the Loading Dock foyer. This was where the paddy wagons would pull in and push people who were in the police wagons out into the cells. We have lots of celebration of the queer community and we love that, but we also have the largest queer community in the country and we want to celebrate year round. So this is our winter offering for Sydney. Because having a dedicated queer stage is actually a relatively unique concept. There are only 10 dedicated queer stages in the world. We have 2 of them. So when you're speaking about queer theatre in the broader context of other theatre companies, you are often talking about coming out stories or stories that are specifically about same-sex couples. And we have the opportunity here to tell a much broader spectrum. We can tell the stories of the entire LGBTQIA plus community, not only same-sex couples, of different couples altogether, of families. We tell more than just the coming out stories. We tell those as well. We love those. We value those. We thank the artists for sharing those. But also, if you're an LGBTQIA plus or ally artist that wants to come and tell us about climate change, we want to hear that too. Or anything else that matters to that artist. So I think what's really special here is that during PrideFest and during our year-round programming, we are not limited in the stories we tell here. Actually, our only criteria for being on this stage is that you are either telling an LGBTQIA plus or ally story, or that you are an LGBTQIA plus or ally storyteller or theatre maker. That leaves things very broad, if I'm honest, and we do that very deliberately. We love the variety in the stories that we tell here. All year, actually. You should see the whole season. It's great. It is. I'm so proud. I think what's really important with PrideFest and actually with Qtopia Sydney year-round is that people realise it's not only for the LGBTQIA plus community, it is very much for allies and for the wider community as well. Qtopia Sydney exists because at the core of everything that we do here, it's about education. And we want to share the stories of this community so that people who don't know that much about a community can learn more about the history and the contribution of the community to wider Sydney. This year's theme of the festival is be seen, be heard, be proud. And the reason we have chosen that as this year's theme is twofold. One, as mentioned before, we know what's happening around the world and we know it's a really tough time for a lot of affinity groups. The queer community is definitely a big part of that, a big target of that in other jurisdictions around the world. And we look at that right now and we want it to be the theme that says, here you are seen, you are heard, you are valued. We also really wanted to be the theme that said to allies, this is the time to be loud in your support, to be here and to speak up because people need us to right now. And that is the privilege that we carry. And so Yeah, this year is be seen, be heard, be proud. And I think it speaks for itself, but that is, it really is, it's our retaliation to what we're seeing around the world. We want people to know that right here, whoever you are, this is a safe space, and we really can't wait to have him here. As far as advice for anyone who is, really trying to start out, whether that is as a performer or they want to start a festival or even hope one day, to open a place like this, like Qtopia Sydney, I suppose my biggest advice would be, first and foremost, make sure you have support. Make sure that you are working with a team of people that feel the purpose of what you are doing as passionately as you do. Because if you are surrounded by the right people, it'll make all the difference. And certainly I'm very lucky here that I am, and we have such an amazing team here that bring this all to life. There is no festival that is made by one person. There is no place like Qtopia Sydney that is made by one person. We work really, really closely as a very tight team, and every single person is equally responsible for what happens. So I suppose my biggest piece of advice is get support first and make sure that you have the strongest team, because you are going to be 10 times more successful and also have 10 times more fun if you're loving doing what you do with the people around you. And then I suppose my other big piece of advice would be, do not pursue anything that you cannot 100% throw your entire being behind. You have to love this with all your heart, because it is an extraordinary amount of work. And if you don't love it, you quickly come to resent it. And that's not worth it. Life is too short. So do things that, you know that are making you a better person because of how passionate you are. And when you have an opportunity like this, if you can do it, and you are growing and you are loving everything that you do, as much as I hope that you're reading that I do. I really am so passionate about this place and the incredible opportunity I have here, that if you can love something as much as I do and also help a community while you're doing it, help even one other person while you're doing it, that is an absolute dream, and it's a gift, and it's one that I take with a lot of humility, and I really I'm very grateful for the opportunity to love this and have it be loved equally. It's something very special. It has been really important to Qtopia since, well before we opened the doors, really since inception, has been community consultation. And we have always made sure that we are very open with the community, that we are very clear that we want their feedback. We value their feedback. We have had sessions here where we have invited everyone in to come and provide feedback, and also to just have general conversation and consultation. When we have big new ideas, we certainly call on our neighbours in the area, and we invite them in here and we say, look, this is what we want to propose. And we're not going to do that without community consultation to ensure that it is the best, not just for Qtopia, but for the whole area. As far as, staying really in with the community, everyone here is part of the community in their own way. And so we, everyone here being our staff and also our absolutely incredible team of volunteers. I mean, we have over 500 volunteers in our database, and we have some volunteers are just, they're part of the family because they're here all the time. They give so generously, and everyone that is in this building represents a different part of the community. And just from speaking to each other, we get enough of a sense of what is happening, what do we all care about, what do we have to do. We also work very closely with the government. We work with different departments. So I work very closely with the New South Wales Department of Education, and therefore I want to make sure in working with them, well, what is really important to be teaching the next generation? How do we make sure that topics like inclusion are just so second nature for our next generation of leaders? So we do a lot of community consultation. We listen very actively. We engage a lot. We go and we go to as many of the different shows around the city, of films, of speeches, of whatever we can do to engage with queer culture and with queer history, both here and all around the city and the country. Actually, we travel as well to go and be part of things. That's really, really important to us, because we do want to be on the pulse, but we also, more than anything, want to hear feedback. And we love a testimony. How do you get involved with Qtopia Sydney or with PrideFest? Oh my gosh, there are so many different ways. We have, as I mentioned, a really wonderful volunteering program, and that is a really big way that you can make a contribution. Your time, every minute here is valued, and the only reason that we can open 5 days a week plus all of the nights is because of our volunteers. So we are really, really grateful for all of the community support that we receive from those volunteers. So that's definitely a way that you can get involved and you can make your time really count. Of course, another way is donations. We desperately need them, like every other arts, cultural and not-for-profit organisation. We are trying to do an awful lot on very little. So donations here are very, very appreciated. This month we have a really exciting raffle. We have over 37 prizes that have been donated, and we're going to be raising money all month to make sure that we can continue queer storytelling in all the different forms that we do it here. So if you're coming in for PrideFest, get raffle tickets because there's seriously like really great prizes to win. And if you're an artist and you want to get involved, my best advice is to follow us on social media. It's Qtopia_Sydney, or follow our website, because we do put out very loud applications multiple times a year. So our next round of applications will be for the substation. Very soon we'll be opening our 2026 main stage loading dock season applications. They'll go up July, early August, and then PrideFest will be up again from January, and there are a lot of opportunities in between that as well, because we also program for Mardi Gras, and more. So yeah, my best advice would be follow us on socials and keep an eye out for whenever we are saying applications now, please, because there are a lot of opportunities to get involved here as an artist and to come here and use these stages to tell your story, and we would like to hear it, please.